How can a dream take you? India has always been a land of dreamers. Big ones, bold ones. The kind of dreams that keep you awake at night and the kind that fuel your fire each morning. And over the years, we haven't just chased them. We've made them our reality. Not too long ago, we were dialing up the internet. Now 5G, it fits right in our pockets. From chalkboards to touchscreens, we didn't just move ahead, we took off. And as the nation reached for the skies, IndiGo was right there, being the wind beneath its wings. Family reunions that once took months now, they're just a flight away. India moved faster and hearts grew closer because every flight carries ambitions, destinies, and the dreams that shape our future. A singer holding her future in a guitar case. A mother on her first ever flight to visit her son. As India built smart cities, highways, and unicorn startup, we made sure the skies weren't left behind. From a handful of aircraft to a growing fleet, we've come a long way. And now to being India's largest airline, one takeoff at a time. Because if India keeps moving, so do we. So, how far can a dream take you? The boy whose head was in the clouds now shapes aircrafts, ready to soar through them. The girl who once folded paper planes, today she greets customers aboard real ones. The girl who once never turned off her lights now turns on the engine of the flight.
Clear for takeoff, runway 09 right and fly 875.
We are here to give wings to the nation by connecting people and aspirations. So here's to every dream that took off. Every journey that brought us closer. And every mile still waiting to be crossed. Buckle up, India. IndiGo isn't just an airline. It's the spirit of the nation. The sky has no limits. And this is just the beginning. India by IndiGo. In a country of 1.4 billion, how far can a dream take you? India has always been a land of dreamers. Big ones, bold ones. The kind of dreams that keep you awake at night and the kind that fuel your fire each morning. And over the years, we haven't just chased them. We've made them our reality. Not too long ago, we were dialing up the internet. Now 5G, it fits right in our pockets. From chalkboards to touchscreens, we didn't just move ahead, we took off. And as the nation reached for the skies, IndiGo was right there, being the wind beneath its wings. Family reunions that once took months now, they're just a flight away. India moved faster and hearts grew closer because every flight carries ambitions, destinies, and the dreams that shape our future. A singer holding her future in a guitar case. A mother on her first ever flight to visit her son. As India built smart cities, highways, and unicorn startup, we made sure the skies weren't left behind. From a handful of aircraft to a growing fleet, we've come a long way. And now to being India's largest airline, one takeoff at a time. Because if India keeps moving, so do we. So, how far can a dream take you? The boy whose head was in the clouds now shapes aircrafts, ready to soar through them. The girl who once folded paper planes, today she greets customers aboard real ones. The girl who once never turned off her lights now turns on the engine of the flight.
Clear for takeoff, runway 09 right and fly 875.
We are here to give wings to the nation by connecting people and aspirations. So here's to every dream that took off, every journey that brought us closer, and every mile still waiting to be crossed. Buckle up, India. IndiGo isn't just an airline. It's the spirit of the nation. The sky has no limits. And this is just the beginning. India by IndiGo. In a country of 1.4 billion, how far can a dream take you? India has always been a land of dreamers. Big ones, bold ones. The kind of dreams that keep you awake at night and the kind that fuel your fire each morning. And over the years, we haven't just chased them. We've made them our reality. Not too long ago, we were dialing up the internet. Now 5G, it fits right in our pockets. From chalkboards to touchscreens, we didn't just move ahead, we took off. And as the nation reached for the skies, IndiGo was right there, being the wind beneath its wings. Family reunions that once took months now, they're just a flight away. India moved faster and hearts grew closer because every flight carries ambitions, destinies, and the dreams that shape our future. A singer holding her future in a guitar case. A mother on her first ever flight to visit her son. As India built smart cities, highways, and unicorn startup, we made sure the skies weren't left behind. From a handful of aircraft to a growing fleet, we've come a long way. And now to being India's largest airline, one takeoff at a time. Because if India keeps moving, so do we. So, how far can a dream take you? The boy whose head was in the clouds now shapes aircrafts, ready to soar through them. The girl who once folded paper planes, today she greets customers aboard real ones. The girl who once never turned off her lights now turns on the engine of the flight.
Clear for takeoff, runway 09 right and fly 875.
We are here to give wings to the nation by connecting people and aspirations. So here's to every dream that took off, every journey that brought us closer, and every mile still waiting to be crossed. Buckle up, India. IndiGo isn't just an airline. It's the spirit of the nation. The sky has no limits. And this is just the beginning. India by IndiGo. In a country of 1.4 billion, how far can a dream take you? India has always been a land of dreamers. Big ones, bold ones. The kind of dreams that keep you awake at night and the kind that fuel your fire each morning. And over the years, we haven't just chased them. We've made them our reality. Not too long ago, we were dialing up the internet. Now 5G, it fits right in our pockets. From chalkboards to touchscreens, we didn't just move ahead, we took off. And as the nation reached for the skies, IndiGo was right there, being the wind beneath its wings. Family reunions that once took months now, they're just a flight away. India moved faster and hearts grew closer because every flight carries ambitions, destinies, and the dreams that shape our future. A singer holding her future in a guitar case. A mother on her first ever flight to visit her son. As India built smart cities, highways, and unicorn startup, we made sure the skies weren't left behind. From a handful of aircraft to a growing fleet, we've come a long way. And now to being India's largest airline, one takeoff at a time. Because if India keeps moving, so do we. So, how far can a dream take you? The boy whose head was in the clouds now shapes aircrafts, ready to soar through them. The girl who once folded paper planes, today she greets customers aboard real ones. The girl who once never turned off her lights, now turns on the engine of the flight.
Clear for takeoff, runway 09 right and fly 875.
We are here to give wings to the nation by connecting people and aspirations. So here's to every dream that took off. Every journey that brought us closer. And every mile still waiting to be crossed. Buckle up, India. IndiGo isn't just an airline. It's the spirit of the nation. The sky has no limits. And this is just the beginning. India by IndiGo. In a country of 1.4 billion, how far can a dream take you? India has always been a land of dreamers. Big ones, bold ones. The kind of dreams that keep you awake at night and the kind that fuel your fire each morning. And over the years, we haven't just chased them. We've made them our reality. Not too long ago, we were dialing up the internet. Now 5G, it fits right in our pockets. From chalkboards to touchscreens, we didn't just move ahead, we took off. And as the nation reached for the skies, IndiGo was right there, being the wind beneath its wings. Family reunions that once took months now, they're just a flight away. India moved faster and hearts grew closer because every flight carries ambitions, destinies, and the dreams that shape our future. A singer holding her future in a guitar case. A mother on her first ever flight to visit her son. As India built smart cities, highways, and unicorn startup, we made sure the skies weren't left behind. From a handful of aircraft to a growing fleet, we've come a long way. And now to being India's largest airline, one takeoff at a time. Because if India keeps moving, so do we. So, how far can a dream take you? The boy whose head was in the clouds now shapes aircrafts, ready to soar through them. The girl who once folded paper planes, today she greets customers aboard real ones. The girl who once never turned off her lights now turns on the engine of the flight.
Clear for takeoff, runway 09 right and fly 875.
We are here to give wings to the nation by connecting people and aspirations. So here's to every dream that took off, every journey that brought us closer, and every mile still waiting to be crossed. Buckle up, India. IndiGo isn't just an airline. It's the spirit of the nation. The sky has no limits. And this is just the beginning. India by IndiGo. In a country of 1.4 billion, how far can a dream take you? India has always been a land of dreamers. Big ones, bold ones. The kind of dreams that keep you awake at night and the kind that fuel your fire each morning. And over the years, we haven't just chased them. We've made them our reality. Not too long ago, we were dialing up the internet. Now 5G, it fits right in our pockets. From chalkboards to touchscreens, we didn't just move ahead, we took off. And as the nation reached for the skies, IndiGo was right there, being the wind beneath its wings. Family reunions that once took months now, they're just a flight away. India moved faster and hearts grew closer because every flight carries ambitions, destinies, and the dreams that shape our future. A singer holding her future in a guitar case. A mother on her first ever flight to visit her son. As India built smart cities, highways, and unicorn startup, we made sure the skies weren't left behind. From a handful of aircraft to a growing fleet, we've come a long way. And now to being India's largest airline, one takeoff at a time. Because if India keeps moving, so do we. So, how far can a dream take you? The boy whose head was in the clouds now shapes aircrafts, ready to soar through them. The girl who once folded paper planes, today she greets customers aboard real ones. The girl who once never turned off her lights now turns on the engine of the flight.
Clear for takeoff, runway 09 right and fly 875.
We are here to give wings to the nation by connecting people and aspirations. So here's to every dream that took off, every journey that brought us closer, and every mile still waiting to be crossed. Buckle up, India. IndiGo isn't just an airline. It's the spirit of the nation. The sky has no limits. And this is just the beginning. India by IndiGo. In a country of 1.4 billion, how far can a dream take you? India has always been a land of dreamers. Big ones, bold ones. The kind of dreams that keep you awake at night and the kind that fuel your fire each morning. And over the years, we haven't just chased them. We've made them our reality. Not too long ago, we were dialing up the internet. Now 5G, it fits right in our pockets. From chalkboards to touchscreens, we didn't just move ahead, we took off. And as the nation reached for the skies, IndiGo was right there, being the wind beneath its wings. Family reunions that once took months now, they're just a flight away. India moved faster and hearts grew closer because every flight carries ambitions, destinies, and the dreams that shape our future. A singer holding her future in a guitar case. A mother on her first ever flight to visit her son. As India built smart cities, highways, and unicorn startup, we made sure the skies weren't left behind. From a handful of aircraft to a growing fleet, we've come a long way. And now to being India's largest airline, one takeoff at a time. Because if India keeps moving, so do we. So, how far can a dream take you? The boy whose head was in the clouds now shapes aircrafts, ready to soar through them. The girl who once folded paper planes, today she greets customers aboard real ones. The girl who once never turned off her lights, now turns on the engine of the flight.
Clear for takeoff, runway 09 right and fly 875.
We are here to give wings to the nation by connecting people and aspirations. So here's to every dream that took off. Every journey that brought us closer. And every mile still waiting to be crossed. Buckle up, India. IndiGo isn't just an airline. It's the spirit of the nation. The sky has no limits. And this is just the beginning. India by IndiGo. In a country of 1.4 billion, how far can a dream take you? India has always been a land of dreamers. Big ones. Bold ones. The kind of dreams that keep you awake at night and the kind that fuel your fire each morning. And over the years, we haven't just chased them. We've made them our reality. Not too long ago, we were dialing up the internet. Now 5G, it fits right in our pockets. From chalkboards to touchscreens, we didn't just move ahead, we took off. And as the nation reached for the skies, IndiGo was right there, being the wind beneath its wings. Family reunions that once took months now, they're just a flight away. India moved faster and hearts grew closer because every flight carries ambitions, destinies, and the dreams that shape our future. A singer holding her future in a guitar case. A mother on her first ever flight to visit her son. As India built smart cities, highways, and unicorn startup, we made sure the skies weren't left behind. From a handful of aircraft to a growing fleet, we've come a long way. And now to being India's largest airline, one takeoff at a time. Because if India keeps moving, so do we. So, how far can a dream take you? The boy whose head was in the clouds now shapes aircrafts, ready to soar through them. The girl who once folded paper planes, today she greets customers aboard real ones. The girl who once never turned off her lights now turns on the engine of the flight.
Clear for takeoff, runway 09 right and fly 875.
We are here to give wings to the nation by connecting people and aspirations. So here's to every dream that took off, every journey that brought us closer, and every mile still waiting to be crossed. Buckle up, India. IndiGo isn't just an airline. It's the spirit of the nation. The sky has no limits. And this is just the beginning. India by IndiGo. In a country of 1.4 billion, how far can a dream take you? India has always been a land of dreamers. Big ones, bold ones. The kind of dreams that keep you awake at night and the kind that fuel your fire each morning. And over the years, we haven't just chased them. We've made them our reality. Not too long ago, we were dialing up the internet. Now 5G, it fits right in our pockets. From chalkboards to touchscreens, we didn't just move ahead, we took off. And as the nation reached for the skies, IndiGo was right there, being the wind beneath its wings. Family reunions that once took months now, they're just a flight away. India moved faster and hearts grew closer because every flight carries ambitions, destinies, and the dreams that shape our future. A singer holding her future in a guitar case. A mother on her first ever flight to visit her son. As India built smart cities, highways, and unicorn startup, we made sure the skies weren't left behind. From a handful of aircraft to a growing fleet, we've come a long way. And now to being India's largest airline, one takeoff at a time. Because if India keeps moving, so do we. So, how far can a dream take you? The boy whose head was in the clouds now shapes aircrafts, ready to soar through them. The girl who once folded paper planes, today she greets customers aboard real ones. The girl who once never turned off her lights now turns on the engine of the flight.
Clear for takeoff, runway 09 right and fly 875.
We are here to give wings to the nation by connecting people and aspirations. So here's to every dream that took off, every journey that brought us closer, and every mile still waiting to be crossed. Buckle up, India. IndiGo isn't just an airline. It's the spirit of the nation. The sky has no limits. And this is just the beginning. India by IndiGo. In a country of 1.4 billion, how far can a dream take you? India has always been a land of dreamers. Big ones, bold ones.
Dear members, good morning, and a warm welcome to all of you to the 22nd Annual General Meeting of Interglobe Aviation Ltd through video conferencing. As a reminder for the smooth conduct of the meeting, the members will be placed in mute mode and their specific audio and video will be activated when they are invited to speak at the AGM as per their pre-registration. Please note that, in line with the regulatory requirements, the proceedings of the AGM will be available on the website of the company as well as on the websites of the stock exchanges, NSE and BSE in due course of time. I now hand over the proceedings to the Chairman of Interglobe Aviation Ltd. Thank you and over to you.
Good morning. It is 11 o'clock Indian Standard Time, and I, Vikram Singh Mehta, Chairman of the Board, declare the AGM open. Dear members, I welcome you all to the 22nd AGM of your company. At the outset, it is my pleasure to introduce my colleagues on the board as well as members of the management who are present here with me. Mr. Rahul Bhatia, Managing Director, is attending from Milan. Ms. Pallavi Shardul Shroff, Independent Director and Chairperson of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee, is attending from Delhi. Air Chief Marshal Retired Birender Singh Dhanua, Independent Director and Chairman of the Stakeholders Relationship Committee, is attending from Mohali. Mr. Michael Gordon Whitaker, Independent Director, is attending from Vermont, USA. Mr. Damodaran, Non-Executive Director and Chairman of the Corporate Social Responsibility Committee, is attending from Delhi. Mr. Greg Albert Soretsky, Non-Executive Director and Chairman of the Risk Management Committee, is attending from Washington, USA. Mr. Anil Parashar, Non-Executive Director, is attending from Paris. Sitting on my left is Mr. Pieter Elbers, Chief Executive Officer, and to my far left is Mr. Gaurav Negi, Chief Financial Officer of the company. Sitting to my right is Ms. Neerja Sharma, Company Secretary and Chief Compliance Officer of the company. We also have with us other senior members of the management team, partners and authorized representatives of the statutory auditors, S.R. Bartley Boy and Company LLP, the secretarial auditors, RMG and Associates, and the scrutinizers, DPV and Associates. We have the requisite quorum present. I therefore call this AGM to order. I now request the Company Secretary to provide general instructions to the members regarding participation in this AGM.
Thank you, Chairman. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The members may please note that this AGM is being held through video conferencing in accordance with the circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Securities and Exchange Board of India. Facility for joining this AGM through video conferencing is made available to 1,000 members on a first-come, first-served basis. Your company has made all necessary arrangements in order to enable members of the company to participate and vote for the items to be considered at this AGM. The annual report for FY 2025, along with the notice, was sent through electronic mode to all the members whose email addresses were registered with the company or their depository participants. Letters providing the web link for accessing the annual report and notice of the company were sent to those members whose email addresses were not registered. The notice, along with the annual report, is also available at the Investor Relations section of your company's website, as well as on the websites of the stock exchanges, NSE and BSE. The notice is also available on NSDL's website. A certificate from the secretarial auditors certifying that the employee stock option schemes of the company have been implemented in accordance with the SEBI regulations, other documents as referred to in the notice of the AGM, and the requisite statutory registers are available for inspection by the members on the website of NSDL. As this AGM is being held through video conferencing, the facility for appointment of proxies by the members is not applicable. The company has received requests from a few members to register them as speakers at the AGM. Accordingly, the floor will be open for those members to ask questions or express their views. The speakers are requested to take a maximum of 3 minutes each so as to allow time for other speakers. The moderator will facilitate this session once the chairman opens the meeting for questions. The members may please note that the company reserves the right to limit the number of questions depending on the availability of time at the AGM. The members are requested to refer to the instructions provided in the notice or appearing on the video conference page for seamless participation through video conference. If any member faces any issue during the AGM, he or she may contact NSDL at the number given in the AGM notice. With that, let me again hand over the proceedings to the chairman.
Dear shareholders, on behalf of the board of directors, the management and myself, I warmly welcome you all to the 22nd annual general meeting of your company. This year, in my capacity for the first time as chair of the IndiGo board, I feel especially honored to deliver this speech to you. First and foremost, congratulations to everyone as IndiGo achieved commendable milestones since our last AGM. Before going to the company's performance, the start of this fiscal year has been challenging. In April this year, there was a terrorist attack in Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir, followed by Operation Sindoor. It was a deeply concerning time for all. As an airline, we had over 170 flight cancellations per day due to airport closures and are still navigating through the aftermath with the Pakistan airspace closure. I would like to commend our teams in the affected airports who helped our customers in every way possible, including safe operations when the airports opened. Subsequently, there was a tragic accident of Air India's flight AI-171 in June. We continue to have in our thoughts and prayers the loved ones of those affected and stand in strong solidarity with our colleagues at Air India. While the overall macro environment amidst continuing geopolitical tensions and the tariff situation may raise some questions, the thing we are certain of is Indian markets' resilience and continued growth in demand for air travel. In the fiscal year 2025, overall demand continued to be strong, both in domestic as well as in the international market. This is a reflection of India's steady economic growth. Having already established itself as one of the fastest growing economies, India continues to be on the upward trajectory. In fiscal year 2025, we witnessed a robust 6.5% real GDP growth, and this is expected to continue. The IMF has projected, the International Monetary Fund has projected a growth rate of 6.4% in the fiscal year 2026, making India the fourth largest economy in the world. Aviation acts as an engine for growth, contributing 1.5% to India's economic output and enabling approximately 8 million jobs, directly and indirectly. We are the third largest domestic aviation market globally, doubling in the last decade. Within this ecosystem, IndiGo is setting many India-first milestones in terms of customers, daily flights, diverse network, fleet, and order book. With that, I'm happy to share that our strong operational performance translated into a solid financial result for fiscal year 2025. Our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Peter Elbers, will touch more upon the details, but I would like to congratulate everyone that we are now a $10 billion revenue company. In recognition of these results and our confidence in the future, the board has proposed a dividend of Rs 10 per share, subject to your approval in the AGM today. IndiGo is well poised for the future to become a global aviation player in line with India's ambition to be an aviation hub. A key moment signifying this was the 81st IATA AGM, which IndiGo proudly hosted in New Delhi. Mr. Peter Elbers was the chair of the Board of Governors and welcomed the aviation world here. The event was graced by the Prime Minister, Honorable Narendra Modi ji, who spoke on India's immense potential and its role in the global aviation ecosystem. Civil Aviation Minister Mr. Kinjarapu Ram Mohan Naidu and other dignitaries from the government were also present. The government's strong support and action is very encouraging, contributing positively to India's rapidly thriving aviation market, and IndiGo being at the forefront of this upward trajectory is a great moment of pride for all of us. IndiGo turned 19 earlier this month. Last year, at our 18th anniversary, we announced the strategic building blocks: launch of IndiGo Blue Chip, the much-awaited loyalty program, and IndiGo Stretch, our business class product. With the evolving aspirations of Indian travelers and IndiGo's increasing global expansion, we are modifying to cater to our customer needs. As India progresses and changes, so does IndiGo. Yet, whilst we enrich our strategy and product offering, we continue to stay true to and uphold our core fundamentals of cost consciousness and operational excellence that have been the key factors for our success. When it comes to fundamentals, I also would like to highlight IndiGo's ongoing commitment to uphold the highest standards of safety. Our teams are committed to this and work with the best globally to keep these standards high. Our exceptional workforce, ensuring a customer-first approach and delivering on our responsibility to all our stakeholders, has been the ethos of your company since inception and remains a key contributor to our continued success. Equally, we remain committed to our responsibility towards environment, social responsibility, and good governance. Your company's board of directors uphold the highest standards of governance. Under CSR, our focus areas include skill development, heritage, and environment. More details on these are shared in the annual report and ESG report available on our website. We are confident of Indian markets' resilience and future possibilities. As India prepares itself to become the next economic powerhouse, we at IndiGo remain excited to help pave out this future. Since inception, your company has managed to maintain its position as India's preferred airline and slowly making a mark internationally. Along with a solid presence in the Middle East and Asia, we have done market creation in Central Asia, and with our recently commenced flights to Europe and codeshare partnership, we are expanding our footprint globally. In closing, on behalf of the board and the company, I would like to convey our thanks to our loyal customers, employees, and all of you shareholders for your continued trust and support. Thank you. I would now like to invite Mr. Peter Elbers to address the members.
Thank you so much, Chairman. Dear valued shareholders, good morning. Thank you for joining us today digitally at this IndiGo AGM. It's a genuine privilege for me to share my thoughts with you here today. This is IndiGo's 22nd AGM, and for me personally, it's the third time only addressing the shareholders. Since inception in 2004 and the start of operations in 2006, IndiGo's journey has been extraordinary and its story a testament to India's relentless ambition with a global vision. I landed personally in India and IndiGo in 2022, and in just these 3 years, so much has changed, and I'm excited for the future and equally proud to be part of this growing country. The strong execution of our forward-looking strategy, formulated and laid out in 2022 towards new heights and across new frontiers, is yielding consistent results. Last year, we welcomed over 118 million customers, which is 1 million customers every 3 days. As we today fly to 135 destinations, operating over 2,200 daily flights, IndiGo was the first Indian airline to have a fleet of over 400 aircraft. Embodying our purpose of giving wings to the nation by connecting people and aspirations, we've expanded our reach to some of the remotest cities across the country and increasingly across the globe. With 93 domestic destinations, an impressive 90% of India's massive population lives within 100 kilometers of an IndiGo-served airport. And we are proudly enabling air travelers for millions of first-time flyers who travel with us, along with creating jobs. We reported a strong financial performance in fiscal year 2025, resulting in IndiGo becoming a $10 billion revenue company. a first for us and a first for any Indian airline. We are among only about 20 other airlines globally. For financial year 2025, a strong first quarter was followed by a seasonally weak second quarter that included additional costs to mitigate the impact of peak OAGs. We've turned the corner with the third and the fourth quarter results. During the financial year, we achieved an overall capacity growth of 13% and reported an annual total income of around 841 billion rupees. That was 18% more as compared to the year before, and a net profit of 73 billion rupees. As India, as a country, takes its stance on the global stage, it deserves an airline that matches its size, scale, and potential. IndiGo's roots and values are strongly Indian, but increasingly the world is where we operate, taking forth our promise of India by IndiGo. On our 18th anniversary last year, in August of 2024, we announced IndiGo Stretch, a tailor-made product for India's busiest and business routes, along with IndiGo Blue Chip, our loyalty program. Both initiatives were launched just a few months after the initial announcement. Both are faring well, and hence we have expanded IndiGo Stretch to our regional international routes, starting with Bangkok, which received very positive customer feedback. This will be followed by Dubai and Singapore. On our loyalty program, close to 4 million members have already signed up, and partnerships started with both key Indian and global brands. We had earlier also announced the introduction of the Airbus 321 XLR this financial year and wide-body aircraft as from 2027. However, India and IndiGo are in a hurry, and we have taken up to 6 Boeing 787 wide-body aircraft on damp lease in order to address the growing demand for international air travel. This marked our first long-haul foray into Manchester and Amsterdam, which both started last month and is being received by our customers very, very well. These flights offer IndiGo Stretch a tailor-made premium offering, and we serve hot meals in both cabins, another first for IndiGo. We have recently announced increasing the frequencies on these routes to 6 weekly for Amsterdam and 4 for Manchester. And going forward, we have announced flights to more international destinations, including London Heathrow, Copenhagen, Athens, and Siem Reap. All these are a set of coherent actions and initiatives as part of the earlier mentioned strategy towards new heights and across new frontiers. In the spirit of constantly seeking to improve, there are several domains where new initiatives are underway within all 3 pillars of our strategy: reassure, develop, and create. The first pillar, reassure, revolves around our customer promises on-time performance, courteous and hassle-free service, affordable fares, and an unparalleled network. Naturally, safety is paramount and will remain our number 1 priority, always. As a result of consistent operational performance, refined SOPs, upgraded digital tools, and strengthened communication, we regained our number 1 position when it comes to OTP in November of last year. Ever since, we maintained this number 1 position in India for OTP consecutively for the last 9 months. We have an industry-leading low cancellation rate, a high NPS, and managed to ease out our AOG situation starting as from the second quarter of FY25 and currently stands in the mid-40s. Under the develop pillar, digitization is a key part focused on improving customer experience, workforce efficiency, and streamlining operations. Our revamped web and app is more intuitive and built on modern IT architecture. You can now also book hotels on our platform, and further, some of the core systems for our operational functions have been modernized, such as all the OCC-related apps for IROPS management. We also provide access to our NDC content with Amadeus to build on our distribution strategy for international operations and offer tailor-made products and services. Additionally, we are continuously investing in cybersecurity and data protection. We're also heavily investing in our people, as we truly believe that they are at the very heart of everything that IndiGo does. We have always been focusing on our training infrastructure and have proudly committed ourselves to DEI initiatives like Girl Power and programs for people with disabilities, and of course the Pride community. Under the third Create pillar, internationalization is a key component. Today we fly to 40 plus international destinations and over 50 in codeshare. From 28% currently international capacity, we're aiming to grow that to around 40% by 2030. We're also doing well on the cargo front, and alongside our established international cargo operation, the planned entry into European sectors support our robust growth aspirations and sets a good platform for our future deliveries of wide-body aircraft. At the core of all our operations are our highly skilled, motivated and engaged employees who enable us to deliver a courteous and hassle-free service to the 3.2 lakh customers flying with us each and every day. And I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to all my 66,000 colleagues, especially during the challenging times in the last quarter. We continue to welcome thousands of new hires, providing new and more jobs to the nation. I'm also proud to share that we reach out to people, not only with our planes, but also with our hearts. IndiGo fulfills its social responsibility through carrying out various initiatives under the CSR arm, IndiGo Reach. Its initiatives continue to make a positive impact on the environment, restoring heritage and lives of over 1 lakh individuals, including transgenders, with programs on skill development. Along with our decarbonization initiatives like tree plantation, we also worked on zero waste airport initiatives in Indore, where over 70,000 kilos of airport generated waste was recycled in just 6 months. Apart from this, we are dedicated to delivering our customer promises in the most sustainable manner. Around 78% of our fleet is new generation, making us one of the lowest CO2 emitting airlines in the world. For the third time in a row, we are recognized by CH Aviation for having the youngest fleet globally in terms of the category of airlines with more than 100 aircraft. Our efforts align well with global sustainability goals, and our ranking has been improving across leading performance indicators, including the Dow Jones Sustainability Index. Before I come to the end, I want to talk about a significant moment this year. IndiGo proudly, and if I may say so, successfully hosted the 81st IATA AGM in Delhi. An 18-year-old airline then welcoming, hosting and leading all routes to India for the global aviation community and media back in India after 42 years. The event was graced by India's Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi ji, and Civil Aviation, Mr. Naidu ji, along with other dignitaries from the government. The aviation world witnessed India at the epicenter of global aviation opportunity, and they could firsthand experience the scale, energy, potential, and ambition of the Indian aviation ecosystem. At its heart, it's IndiGo, giving wings to the nation. One of the key messages across sessions at this IATA AGM is aviation as a force for good, with significant economic value added to the nation's GDP, job creation, and extensive connectivity. This can be seen in India, and IndiGo's contribution to the aviation sector and the Indian economy is a testimony to this statement, aviation as a force for good. We also made some big announcements at this IATA AGM in terms of new domestic and international destinations, expanding IndiGo's stretch to more international routes, our MRO in Bengaluru, and partnerships, including industry-leading partnership with Delta Airlines, Air France, KLM, and Virgin Atlantic. IndiGo also signed an LOI with Airbus for another 30 Airbus 350-900 wide-body aircraft, doubling our existing order from 30 to 60. IndiGo turned 19 earlier this month, and today we're welcoming over 180 million customers a year. By the time we are 21 years young, we would have welcomed 1 billion customers since inception of our company in 2006. 1 billion customers. IndiGo's path has been unprecedented, and it will continue to be. Along with maintaining a cost-conscious approach, the investments we're making in people, planes, and infrastructure, we will ensure that IndiGo remains well-positioned for future strong growth. I will now close my remarks by expressing gratitude to all of you for your continued faith in us. Let me now again invite our chairman to further proceed with the AGM, India by IndiGo. Mr. Mehta, I'll hand it back to you.
Thank you, Peter. As there are no qualifications or adverse remarks in the auditor's report and the secretarial audit report, therefore the same are not required to be read at this meeting. Since the notice of the AGM has been circulated to all the members along with the annual report for fiscal year 2025, with the permission of members, the same shall be taken as read. Your company has proposed the following items as set out in the notice for your approval. Item number 1, adoption of financial statements. The audited standalone financial statements for the financial year March 31, 2025, together with the reports of the directors and auditors thereon, and 2, the audited consolidated financial statements for the financial year ended March 31, 2025, together with the report of the auditors thereon. Item number 2, declaration of final dividend of rupees 10 per equity share for the financial year ended March 31, 2025. Item number 3, reappointment of Mr. Damodaran as a director liable to retire by rotation. Item number 4, appointment of Mr. Michael Gordon Whitaker as an independent director for a term of 5 consecutive years with effect from July 14, 2025 to July 13, 2030, not liable to retire by rotation. Item number 5, appointment of us RMG and Associates, company secretaries as secretarial auditors for a term of 5 consecutive financial years with effect from financial year 26 to financial year 30. Item number 6, approval for revision in limits of commission payable to independent directors. The objectives and implications of the resolutions proposed at the AGM are also set out in the notice of the AGM. An explanatory statement, and for the sake of brevity, are not being repeated here again. The chairman, dear members, the moderator will now announce one by one the names of the members who have registered themselves as speakers. The members are requested to keep their questions brief and specific. The answers to all the questions will be provided at the end. Any queries that are not addressed will be responded to by the company. The members may send their queries by email at investors@goindia.in. The management of the company will respond to such queries within a reasonable time. With that, I turn it over to our moderator.
Thank you, Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. Members are requested to use earphones or headphones for better sound quality. Ensure that no other background applications are running on their system. Ensure that their Wi-Fi or broadband is not connected to any other device. Ensure that their camera and mic settings are enabled while speaking. If there is any connectivity issue from the speaker side, or if any speaker is unable to join the AGM for any reason, the next speaker would be called upon to speak. The speakers are requested to take a maximum of 3 minutes each, so as to allow time for other speakers. With that, we invite our first speaker member, Mr. Mustafa Khedwala. So may we request you to unmute your audio and video and ask your question now. We will wait for a moment while Mr. Khedwala unmutes his connection. So your microphone is unmuted. Could you go ahead with your question?
Hello,
Yes, sir.
am I audible?
You are, sir.
Yes. Good morning to all stakeholders of IndiGo. People often lament the fact that India does not have a truly global consumer brand. Our company, however, has the potential to change this rhetoric. If we can keep our costs in check while delighting our customers with the 4 foundational pillars, to quote you, Peter, ye bhi ho jayega. Coming to business, since the AGM is the only venue where we can interact, I would humbly request the management to reply to the following queries point by point. Uh, Despite record profits and a strong balance sheet, the dividend payout for the year was less than 5% of our total cash profits. One understands the company is purchasing aircraft to bolster its low-cost advantage. However, such a low payout leaves much to be desired. By the end of the decade, what percentage of our 600 odd planes do we hope to own? And does this imply a permanent hiatus on high dividend payouts? My next question is, what percentage of our total flight bookings happens via our own website or app? These questions are related to the MRO. What will be the total capex cost for the new MRO facility we intend to build at Bangalore Airport? Will this facility allow us to do the comprehensive D checks there? And also, will this facility be for in-house consumption only, or we will be servicing other airlines as well? Next question is, transit traffic seems to have a lot of potential, at least for the geography we are lucky to be operating from. Can you please share what percentage of our international traffic would be transit and which region accounts for most of it? And lastly, can the company consider doing buybacks in lieu of dividend in order to nullify the dilution in the equity capital that happens due to ESOPs? It has been a privilege to see our company grow from strength to strength since listing, and I wish Team IndiGo all the very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We now invite our speaker number 2, Mr. Praveen Kumar. Mr. Praveen Kumar, may we request you to unmute your audio and video and ask your question now?
I'm audible.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Very, very good morning to my respected chairperson, respected director on boards, my fellow shareholder, myself, Praveen Kumar, joining this meeting from New Delhi. Excellent chairman's speech. Very, very in-depth address to the shareholder. Thank you very much for that, sir. And it is very, very informative for shareholder like me, sir.
Mr. Praveen
Sir,
Kumar,
I
I'm
repeat
sorry.
my phrase. Respected chairperson, it was the most deepest address to the shareholder, almost cover everything beautifully. Sir, we are number one company in our respected space. It is your dedication, your devotion to bring sustainable growth for a retail investor like me. If you see on a broader call, last year, due to so many social economical conditions in home front worldwide, despite those things, under your leadership, our company is coming out with a very, very satisfactory performance, sir. All round progress is there, and we are achieving the status of becoming number one in our respected space. So thank you very much for your hard work, dedication, and devotion, sir. And mark my words, sir, I wholeheartedly support all the resolution which you set out for the notice today. As per as the question is concerned, due respect to my previous speaker, I don't know repeat them. But yes, I have the compliment to respect our company secretary, Madam, and her entire team for bringing out higher standard of corporate governance. Even during the course of year, if you have any update, that will be timely reply, maintaining higher standard of corporate governance, a company who listened to the shareholder, care for shareholder. It was always a red carpet welcome, respected chairperson, under your leadership, sir. I have great faith in your leadership because if you see after COVID, you will maintain the workforce and now slowly increase. I mean, that truly wonderful, sir, because our respected Narendra Modi ji always requested with folded hand with all the corporation of India to create job, and you are doing that. Thank you very much, sir. Marvelous. Not because I'm shareholder of this company, but as a citizen of India, you are doing fantabulously well, sir, by creating sustainable growth for a retail investor like me and taking CSR activities, community service to the next level to build India in a very constructive way. Mark my word, it's a very interesting company for me. It's a legacy for me. At the end, I just pray to the God that He will bless you with all the positivity so that you will keep the sustainable wealth creation for a long time to come, the brightest future. But yes, there are some adversities, some concern. Everybody's noticed every single day. Trump's up, kuch na kuch kehte rehte hain. There are so many issues going on around the world. But despite those facts, I have great faith in your ability. God bless you with all the positivity, sir. Thank you very much for this opportunity. God bless you. Jai Hind, sir. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Mr. Praveen Kumar. We will now move to our speaker number 3, Mr. Yusuf Rangwala. Mr. Rangwala, may we request you to unmute your audio and video and ask your question now?
सर आपको आवाज आ रहा है? गुड मॉर्निंग चेयरमैन सर, कैन यू हियर माय?
We can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
सर गुड मॉर्निंग लास्ट ईयर भी आपके साथ, ये आपका दूसरा साल है सर आपके साथ में जुड़ा हुआ है सर। इंडिगो एयरलाइंस ने अपने डिविडेंड आज आपका रेट 6160 और 10 रुपीज शेयर सर। सर मैं जानना चाहता हूँ आपने डिविडेंड 100% दिया सर। 8% वी आर नंबर 1 एयरलाइन सर। Today there are so many meeting, but I left your meeting क्योंकि आपके शेयर डिपार्टमेंट से मुझे फोन आया था and they request to join the meeting. This shows how our company and how our staff are caring for the shareholders, sir. Sir, you are sitting at Gurgaon and we are sitting at Mumbai. Sir, I am speaking from Mumbai, sir. Sir, my humble request after the Diwali, can you keep a small get together for a shareholder from Mumbai? Can you call us, sir, so that we can meet you and we can have an airlines how everything is going on, sir? Can you possible after the Diwali to call us from Mumbai, sir? So airlines is your, sir. Can you give a discount on a purchase of tickets, sir? It is possible because Indigo is a very low airline, sir. Your airlines, I visited I many times I visit your airlines. Your people and the staff, all the very well trained, sir, and they are very disciplined and they are very polite to the people, sir. And your airline services are very excellent, sir. So that is why we are number 1. Sir, I would like to know what are the total number of staff at present working in our airline, sir. उसमें how many are permanent and how many are temporary? Sir, nothing more to add. फूलों की खुशबू कलियों की बहार, चेयरमैन सर, हो सके तो आपसे एक बार मुलाकात करना सर। गणेश चतुर्थी अपने आ रहे हैं सर। विशिंग अ वेरी हैप्पी गणेश चतुर्थी सर एंड नथिंग मोर टू एड। सर इसको स्प्लिट करिए सर, स्टॉक 1 रुपया का करिए सर, क्योंकि अभी आपका 6100 का जो भाव है, अगर आपने 1 रुपया किया तो इसका भाव 600 का हो जाएगा। और सो मेनी small investor can be, this is my humble request, sir. Can you split the share in 1 rupee, sir? What is your view in this, sir? And when was the last bonus given, sir? What is your view regarding the bonus, sir? थैंक यू सर। जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र सर। मुंबई से यूसुफ भाई रंगवाला बात करता हूँ सर। मेरा फोलियो नंबर है 160101 4 टाइम 0232396। स्पीकिंग फ्रॉम मुंबई सर। जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र सर। वनडे मातरम सर। डिस्काउंट का जरा मैं आशा रखता हूँ सर। डिस्काउंट कूपन जरा मैं भेजना सर ऑन परचेज ऑफ टिकट सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर। जय हिंद, वंदे मातरम, भारत माता की जय। जय हिंद।
Thank you. We move to our next speaker member, speaker number 4, Mr. Himanshu Trivedi, who would like to ask a question over audio. Please go ahead, Mr. Trivedi.
Yes, I am audible, madam.
Yes, sir.
Can you? Yes. Good morning, everybody. Respected Chairman Vikram Singh Mehta, CEO Mr. Peter Albus, and other board of directors sitting on dais. Myself Himanshu Trivedi from Vadodara. First of all, I am congratulate and thank you for company secretary for the given me opportunity, sending me soft and a hard copy of the AGM report well in advance, which is the full of information and full fact figure in place, which is easy to follow and easy to understand. So I'm thankful to you and your entire secretary. The report is nicely prepared with all of the corporate governors with all of parameters are including in the report. So the report is nicely prepared with the colorful photographs and wonderful all information as given in the report. I don't have much question because I have full faith on board and their working. Sir, I support all the resolution attempt. I have sent my question and query to the email well in advance. This will save the time of the AGM and give the opportunity to speak my the rest speaker over. I have all the question and query sent through the email well in advance, sir. Firstly, I have few questions. What is the market share we have in domestic and international market? My second query, what would be the effort of small unorganized sector? My third query, what would be the profit sharing ratio in coming financial year? And how many routes are currently established in all international market and even domestic markets, sir? How much new airlines will be coming and in future in current financial? Sir, I wish good luck and bright future for coming financial. Thank you to allow me to speak. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Our speaker number 5 is Ms. Vasudha Dakwe, who would like to ask a question on audio mode. Ms. Vasudha Dakwe, could you please unmute your microphone and ask your question?
Hear me?
Ma'am, a bit feeble. Could you hold the microphone a little closer to you?
Yes. Now can you hear me?
It's better. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Very good morning, respected Chairman, sir, Board of Directors, and my fellow shareholders. Myself, Vasudha from Thane. I will thankful to our company secretary team that's why I'm able to speak now. The opening speech given by the chairperson is also very informative and excellent. We have full faith on our company's management team, so there is no question from my side, as most of the question was asked by my previous shareholder. I will not like to repeat it again. With this, I support all the resolution and wish the company all the best from coming financial years and my best wishes for coming Ganpati and Diwali festival. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Our speaker number 6 was Swaran Lata, had connected, however, is no longer in the meeting. We will therefore invite speaker number 7, Mr. Rishabh Shah. So may we request you to please accept the prompt on your screen. You may then unmute your audio and video, and you may ask your question now.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Shah, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I'll just quickly go through my questions and just request if you could, answer each of them either at the AGM or through the email. So my first query is, with plans to grow to the fleet of around 600 plus in next 5 years and even larger over a decade, and we are also, including building multiple hubs, increasing international operations, owning more aircraft versus leasing earlier. So what steps are being taken now to ensure that IndiGo maintains its, current near perfect execution, including on safety standards, senior management bandwidth, manpower, and the four customer promises that we always say? The second is, what other challenges do we foresee at 600 plus fleet size, and what steps are we taking today, to ensure that, things are fine going forward? And my third query is, over the next 5 years or 7 years, is the company planning to aggressively pursue allied businesses beyond airlines, such as expanding the hotel booking platform or other ventures that could diversify cash flows and contribute to the bottom line without significant investments? The fourth query is, in a hypothetical scenario, where the crude prices say fall 5 to 10% from here and stay there for the foreseeable future, where would this incremental cash flows be invested, or would we pass this on the benefit to the customers? Just want to understand the allocation strategy of the capital here. For the European routes that we have started recently, how does the absolute spread compare to the current domestic operations? I just want to understand direction. Is it the incremental spread higher or significantly higher than the current that we achieve domestically? And my next query is, given IndiGo's already industry-leading cost structure, do we still have meaningful room to further reduce our, Forex, ex-fuel operating costs through efficiencies, MRO, and digitization? My next query is, with more wide bodies and a possible shift towards more financial leases, should shareholders expect IndiGo's balance sheet to become more debt-heavy over the next 5 years? How should we view this shift in terms of long-term financial health? Then next two clarifications. We just want to understand, we have started stretch around almost a year back. So how has been the response? Is it below or in line with our expectations? And with now IndiGo is now a professionally managed company, what is the promoters group succession plan for the medium term once Mr. Bhatia steps down? And next is on the MRO. With the new MRO facility coming up near Bengaluru, how does the company, expect to benefit from this, implementation? You can share some key pointers. And along with this, also the company made investment in a VC fund through the VC fund called J Aerospace. Just you could just share some thoughts here. And the final few questions. There was some news flow regarding an unfair system to get EU slots at EU airports for Indian carriers. What is the update on that and the plan of action here? And on the loyalty program, what is the thought process behind the types of partners we are looking to add here? And my final question is on the eVTOL. Is this an opportunity or a threat for the IndiGo or industry? Thank you and wish you all the best. For congrats to the management team for building such an amazing company. Thank you.
Thank you. We now move to our speaker number 8, that is Suman Modak and Sujan Modak. May we request you to please unmute your audio and video and ask your question now.
Hello, you can hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you and see you.
Yeah. Respected Chairman, other Board of Directors, I'm Sujan Modak. I'm attending this Suman Modak, joint holder Sujan Modak, attending this meeting from my residence in Kolkata, sir. Sir, if you see the performance of our company and the result is a very nice result, sir. For that, I really congratulate our management and all the staff members in our family. Sir, I have a few questions, sir. So, this on the front of cyber security threat, what are the steps we are taking to avoid it or to minimize it? If you can please tell us, sir. And what are the main challenges at this moment our company is facing to keep this growth momentum continuous? And if you can please give us the guidance for next 2 years to the investors community for the top line and bottom line, that will be very kind of you, sir. So the AI technology front is the baggage handling on the ground level. Whether our company is having any thought process on that so that we can make it a more quick and more secured one. So if you can give us some idea on that. Is it possible, sir, these attending members, you can give us some discount coupon? That will be very, very comfortable for us if you can do that. And before I finish, definitely I'd like to thank our company secretary, Madam Nirja Sharma, and her whole team for doing a very good investor services to the investors community. Ma'am, thank you very much, ma'am. मैम एक छोटी सी चीज है मैम, आपका जो फोन नंबर दिया है ना, that 0124435250, that goes to the customer care. I cannot reach you or your team for any problem if we face. So if you can please share your landline numbers, so that will be very kind of you, ma'am. So, Chairman, sir, our company secretary is definitely one of our best officers, so no doubt of it. So, nothing to add more over to you for further proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker member is Mr. Anil Parekh, who'd like to ask a question on audio mode. Mr. Parekh, could you please ask your question now?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Chairman Sir Mehta, Mr. Peter and other board members, I am Anil Parekh here from Bombay. First of all, good morning to all of you and hope you all are safe and fine at your respective end. Chairman Sir, I would disagree with previous speakers that Madam Nirja Sharma is a very good asset to the company, because we, being a shareholder from Bombay, we do not have any kind of assistance as far as CS team is concerned uh, uh, before the meeting. At least they have a courtesy to call us whether I have been confirmed as a speaker or not, or have you received any annual report or anything like that. So kindly see next year it can be done. Having said that, I'm standing before you, a proud shareholder of this India's one of the best, finest aviation company, and I'm truly feel proud by myself. Sir, coming to financials, our revenues has grown to 80,000 crores, but our net profit has declined by 17%. And best 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 part is that in spite of decline in profit, we are doing wonderful job as far as aviation company is concerned. Chairman sir, my next question is, uh, we are adding more flights to our portfolio. How you will be able to serve more destinations, and which are those destinations? Uh, Sir, my few questions uh, pertaining to the profitability. What are the key drivers of this uh, cost inflation, uh, for which we are having a decline in profit? And what are the specific measures management is taking to improve cost efficiency? And sir, do we have any fuel hedging strategy in the company? Uh, if not, how can you mitigate this kind of volatility in the fuel? Sir, fleet with over 920 aircraft on order, what is the timeline for the delivery and induction of these new planes? Sir, international versus domestic growth, what is the long-term vision for international expansion, and how does the company balance its focus on domestic market leadership? Sir, regarding MRO, the company recently signed MOU to build a new MRO facility. What is the expected timeline for this project, and how will it reduce reliance on third-party MRO services? Sir, about legal and regulatory risks, the company has faced regulatory actions and penalty orders from the income tax department. What is the status as of now of that? And as far as promoter shareholding is concerned, Mr. Gangwal and his family is continuing pare down their stake in the company. So how does and what is the succession plan from our side? Uh, and last but not the least, uh, ancillary revenues. Ancillary is a key profit driver for low-cost carriers like us. What are the new initiatives or strategies in the company exploring to further increase its ancillary revenue streams in the coming years? Chairman, sir, I would like to end up here, and big thank you for you for allowing me to speak at this juncture. And I'm again supporting all the resolutions, and kindly see to it that our CS team can be in contact with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our next member, speaker number 10, Mr. Ravi Kumar Naredi, had registered, however, has not connected to the meeting. We will therefore move to speaker number 11, Reena Jain. May we request you to please unmute your audio and video and ask your question. Ms. Reena Jain, could you please unmute your
नमस्कार
connection?
चेयरमैन सर, मैं दिल्ली से अजय कुमार जैन, को शेयर होल्डर रीना जैन बोल रहा था। और सर, आपने जो भी चेयरमैन स्पीच दी और जहां लास्ट ईयर खत्म करी थी, उससे काफी अच्छा प्रभावित हुआ मैं। और चाहे कितना भी टफ टाइम रहा आज एविएशन इंडस्ट्री के, उसके बावजूद भी आपने इतना अच्छा किया, उसके लिए मैं आपको धन्यवाद देता हूँ और आपकी टीम को, क्योंकि आपका चेयरमैनशिप और साथ में जितने भी बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स इतने अनुभवी हैं और उनका परामर्श जरूर कंपनी को लेके आगे जाएगा। आज इंडिया की नंबर 1 हमारी डोमेस्टिक एयरलाइंस है, जो जितने भी क्लाइंट्स होते हैं वो उसी में प्रेफर करते हैं। यही एक आपकी सबसे अच्छी क्वालिटी है। सबसे अच्छी बात यह है कि सबसे ज्यादा टाइम पे उड़ती है, टाइम पे वो जाती है। यही आपकी जो चीज है जिसके कारण आपको आगे बढ़ा रखा है सब। और सर, एक शेयर होल्डर ने कहा था कि स्प्लिट या बोनस, वो बात मैं भी कहूंगा सर, शेयर बहुत बढ़ गया है और आप जैसी कंपनी में निवेश हर शेयर होल्डर बढ़ाना चाहता है, तो यदि बोर्ड यदि गंभीरता से विचार करेगा तो अच्छा है। सर, आप अपना बिजनेस बढ़ाने के लिए जो तरह तरह की स्कीम लेके आते हैं वो मेरे को अच्छी लगती है। एक कभी साल में एक बार डोमेस्टिक शेयर होल्डर के लिए भी इस तरह का ऑप्शन लगे है, ओनली वन इन ए ईयर, तो एक अच्छा रहेगा, वो भी एक प्राउड फील करेंगे और आपका भी सेल बढ़ेगा। जो भी आपकी यदि इस पे पॉलिसी उस पर सोचें, सभा में जितने भी प्रस्ताव लाए हैं, जितने नए डायरेक्टर का रिअपॉइंटमेंट है, उनका मैं शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ। मेरे से प्रीवियस शेयर होल्डर ने कहा था निर्जय मैम के बारे में, मेरे को तो नहीं लगता ऐसा है। मैंने को तो बैलेंस शीट भी टाइम पे आया, हार्ड कॉपी भी, और उनके असिस्टेंट ने परस्यू भी किया और आज भी परस्यू किया कि आपको लिंक में दिक्कत नहीं आई। तो मैं तो सोचता हूँ आप जैसा डायनेमिक चेयरमैनशिप की लीडरशिप में एक सीएस की टीम इतना अच्छा कर रही है, यही तो एक आपकी क्वालिटी है। मैं कोई बायस नहीं हूँ नीरजा मैम से, बट मैं कहता हूँ कि एक अच्छा काम किया है, तो मैं कहता हूँ। और दूसरी बात यह है कि निर्जय मैम से एक छोटा सा निवेदन है, जिस तरह आपने मीटिंग से पहले कॉल किया था, मीटिंग के बाद ही हमें फोन करेंगे आपकी टीम, तो हम प्राउड फील करेंगे। सर, आने वाला समय आपकी टीम को एक नई चाय पे लेके जाए, जैसे हमारा लोगो है, और उसका लाभ शेयर होल्डर को मिले, इसी आशा और विश्वास के साथ नमस्कार, जय हिंद।
Thank you. Before we take our next question, we'd like to remind participants to please limit your questions to a maximum of 3 minutes. We now invite our speaker number 12, Mr. Kaushik Sahukar. Mr. Sahukar, could you please unmute your audio and video and ask your question now? So could you please unmute your connection? So we can see you, but we can't hear you, sir. No, sir, we still cannot hear you. Maybe we could request you to leave the meeting and rejoin. In the meanwhile, we'll come back to you. We cannot hear you, sir. If Mrs. Shahukar joins, we will take his connection again. We'll move to our speaker number 13, Mr. Manoj Kumar Gupta. Mr. Gupta, could you please unmute your audio and video and ask your question now? Mr. Manoj Kumar Gupta.
Hello?
Yes, sir, your microphone is unmuted. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt. Mr. Gupta. I'm going to mute your webcam to conserve your bandwidth, sir. Yes. Please go ahead.
Good morning, respected Chairman, Board of Directors, fellow shareholders. My name is Manoj Kumar Gupta. I've joined this meeting from my residence city of Joy, Kolkata. I feel proud to be a shareholder of IndiGo because IndiGo is giving excellent services to the passenger. And I thanks to your company secretary and her team for their excellent work in the interest of small shareholders like me. That on 14th August, I've got 3 calls to attend the meeting with my number and everything. And I thanks to her that such type of peoples are there to serve the small shareholders. And once again, and I thanks to our CEO and his team for excellent result of the company for the year 24-25. Sir, some problems are there. How you will resolve that problems with the help of DGCA? DGCA has issued some notices to you. So how you will resolve that issues with the DGCA? And when do you expect to get more aircrafts? You have ordered some aircraft. So when do you expect to get some aircraft to add more destination in the country? And sir, keep continue the VC meeting that you are in Gurgaon, we are in Calcutta. We can talk to you and we can see you. We should thanks to our beloved Prime Minister for his inspired to corporate to use the digitalization to hold the VC meeting. Kindly keep continue the VC meeting so that we can talk to you. And sir, I thanks to Mr. Gangwal who belongs to Calcutta for founded a IndiGo. Either there is some differences, we don't know, but he has founded a good and landmark company in the country. And how you will face the competition? And major steps are taking to make sure for the passenger safety? What steps you have taken after the incident of Air India crash in Ahmedabad? What actions taken by your company to make sure that all aircraft and passengers should be safe? And sir, I totally agree with my previous three speaker. Kindly split the shares. I will not suggest you the bonus. Kindly split the shares, either 5:1 or 10:1, to increase the market liquidity and the capitalization. And sir, hello, Mr. CEO, listening? Are you listening me? Sir, try to provide Jain food in the aircraft, because some people want Jain food in the festival time. So kindly may try to give a Jain food in the aircraft. And sir, dividend is low compared to profit. So what's your plan in that regard? Have you any plan to declare an interim dividend? And sir, what steps are you taking against the passenger with the misbehave with your crew staff? Have you filed a FIR against the passenger, or have you asked the ministry to put the passenger in the no flying in future? And new airports are coming. Our prime minister is inspiring the new airports. So what's your plan in that regard to connect your plane to the sea? And sir, last but least, sir, give a discount to the shareholder at least once in a year, that shareholder family can travel 3 or 4 members in 10,000 rupees or 12,000 rupees to one destination only once in a year. Kindly consider that. I believe that our chairman, beloved and liberal chairman, will consider our request to give a chance to shareholder also on a nominal price with a 10,000 or 12,000. A family can travel to one destination in a year, once in a year. We do not want free of cost. We want, because you have to pay the fuel charge, aviation charge, and the airport tax. So at least 10,000 to 12,000 a shareholder family can travel to any destination once in a year, sir. Kindly consider that. And sir, try to consider, and it's my earnest request, give a line number in the balance sheet so that shareholder can approach the share department. Shareholder can approach the share department in any circumstances or any problem, sir. With this, I strongly support all the resolutions with a hope that when we meet next, our share price will be in 5 digit, and our share price and you will pay handsome dividend, sir. Thanks to the company secretary and the team, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Our speaker number 14, Raju Upadhyay, is not connected. We will therefore move to speaker number 15, Mr. Ankit Agarwal. So may we request you to accept the prompt on your screen. You may then unmute your audio and video and ask your question now. We will wait for a moment while Mr. Ankit Agarwal unmutes his connection. Ms. Agarwal, we can see your connection. Could you please unmute your microphone?
Can you unmute my video too?
Yes, we've unmuted your video, sir.
Am I audible? Myself,
Yes.
Ankit Agarwal, shareholder of your company from Delhi. Respected Chairman and MDs, Honorable Board of Directors, Honorable Management Team, and my dear fellow shareholder. First of all, I would like to extend my congratulations to Chairman Sir for excellent Chairman speech and wonderful opening remarks. For the fiscal year ended March 31, 2005, our total 2025, our total revenue grew to 840,982 million rupees, up 18.1% from financial year 2024. Despite strong revenue growth, net profit for financial year 2005 declined to 72.6 billion. This profit margin moderated to around 9 to 12% in the previous year. We as a shareholder like to commend the strong Q4 dividend reflects our capital allocation discipline and confidence in our financial trajectory. After reading the annual report, I have few observations that I like to ask from the chairman, sir. My first question is, the passenger growth was strong in Q1 FY26, up 12% year on year, but the profit dropped due to forex and cost pressures. How will you balance the growth with profitability in FY 2026, the coming financial year? With Air India's, and my second question is, with Air India's aggressive expansion and Akasa's rise, how will IndiGo defend 60% market share without sacrificing yields and profitability? And my last question is, what proportion of revenue do you target from international routes by FY28? And how will IndiGo differentiate itself abroad, where low-cost carriers are already dominated? In closing, I extend my heartfelt thanks to shareholders and entire secretary team of IndiGo Aviation Limited for their relentless execution and giving me opportunity to speak. We shall together remain committed to flying higher. Thank you. Safe travel ahead. And on closing remark, I like to say that I voted in favor and supported all the resolutions. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take our next question from Kaushik Sahukar. Mr. Sahukar, could you please unmute your microphone and ask your question now? Mr. Sahukar, could you please ask your question? Your microphone is unmuted. Mr. Sahukar? Sir, your audio is really very feeble. We cannot hear you. Management team, are you able to hear Mr. Sahukar? Mr. Sahukar, I'm sorry, we cannot hear you. So this seems to be a technical issue. We request you to write your questions probably to the secretarial team. We take that as a last question for today. We will now move to the responses. Over to you, Chairman.
Thank you very much for all the questions. I'm going to request our CEO, Peter, to respond to all the queries that have been raised. Peter?
Thank you so much, Chairman. Dear shareholders, thank you for your support and the strong expressions you gave, not only for the support for the resolutions, but also the great work my colleagues are doing, which is commended by all of you. Let me try to club a couple of questions in the answer, and also my colleague CFO, Mr. Gaurav Negi, will address a couple of questions. And he will go more into the financial questions around dividend, fleet, hedging policy, and let me address some of the other questions. Let me go pretty much one by one. If we look to the strategy IndiGo is exploring and is in fact executing today towards new heights and across new frontiers, it is clear that the market share of Indian operators outside India is relatively limited. And that provides an opportunity for Indian operators to increase their presence in the international markets. So with the growth of the Indian outbound traveler, we see a great opportunity to further build our international portfolio and international expansion, really. So today, 28% of all our ASKs is on the international network, and we have aligned that number will go up to 40% by 2030. We haven't specifically defined what each and every year will be, but you can kind of draw the line between today at 28% and 2030 by 40%. And clearly that number will accelerate the moment the wide body aircraft is coming in. An important part of our strategy is to make sure that we have more capabilities and we keep a close eye on our cost. The building of the MRO facility, where some questions were around that, is an important piece to that. We expect to invest up to 1,000 crores in the next couple of years. Again, neither the amount nor the exact time frame is 100% defined, but clearly the opportunity here is growing to a 600 fleet aircraft. The focus initially will be on our own work and our own activities, was one of the questions, but we are not ruling out that over time we also have the opportunity to build that facility even for others. I think the opportunity India has with an abundance of talents when it comes to the aerospace sector really provides us an opportunity to further build on that. And with the economic growth of India, the abundance of talent, the capabilities, and the growing aviation ecosystem, as was also highlighted in the speech of the Honorable Prime Minister at the IATA AGM, the opportunity to build that MRO facility is just huge and something we would not have liked to miss. Two other initiatives or questions were on loyalty and stretch. And I think the moment IndiGo is launching both initiatives coincides with the growth of the country, where an increasing number of aspirational travelers is out there. And we have introduced IndiGo Stretch on the nation's busiest and business routes. That's mostly between the metros of the country. The actual operation started in November of last year. So we're now pretty much 8-9 months down the road when it comes to the introduction of the product. The market response is extremely positive, and we actually have received a lot of requests also to do it on international routes. We took some initial experience on that with the wide body we were operating to Bangkok, and with that we have decided to replace the Bangkok operation, the wide body, and move that to Amsterdam and replace it with a 321 stretch configuration. And we have now also started the sales for Singapore and Dubai, and again the market response is very positive on that. Our loyalty program coincides with the very same development, and we see an increasing number of people traveling frequently, domestic and international, with us. And the fact that after the launch, also at the end of last year, October actually, it has gone live, we already have 4 million subscriptions, I think speaks volumes to the attractiveness of this program. What we have is a couple of partnerships. A question was around the partnerships we have in that program. That's around the financial sector. Therefore, we have the credit card arrangements. That's about the hospitality sector. Therefore, we work with hotels, and that's more about the sort of lifestyle day to day. And we work with companies in that field. So it's really a platform which is not even out there for a year, less than a year, and already we've signed up some great partnerships and clearly have very positive response from the market on that. A question around staffing. Today we employ around 66,000 people. On that number, there's a little over 40,000 at IndiGo. There's around 25,000 in our subsidiary company Agile. Almost all of them are on the permanent contracts. There's some flexibility, but that's a single-digit percentage, which is the flexibility there. Looking at our network and coverage around the network, it's a very important part. As I mentioned in my introduction, IndiGo flies today to 93 destinations in the nation itself. With 93 destinations, we cover pretty much the vast majority of the country. And that made us the statement that 90% of the Indian population lives within 100 kilometers of an IndiGo served airport. These 93 destinations are covering 450-ish routes. The numbers keep changing, but 450, I think, is the number to work with. So the question on the number of routes in the network, around 450 routes on the domestic, and over 100 routes serving these 40 international destinations. And some places in the Middle East and for example, Singapore are served out of 9 different Indian cities. So Singapore is 1 destination and 9 routes, and that's why we're adding up to that number. Clearly, Europe is the next level of expansion, and the wide bodies really are helping us to build that. Question on the fleet order book. We have around 900 planes still on order. We get pretty much 1 delivered every week. The numbers keep sort of fluctuating a bit, but as a ballpark number, you can say one a week. And the question on where does the timeline lead you is pretty much the middle of the next decade, serving the needs of IndiGo. And with that, I think IndiGo is exceptionally well positioned to take position and benefit from the growing markets, the outbound market in India, the domestic market in India, and even the incoming market. Digital and ancillaries was another point where questions were. Today, around 1/3 of our bookings is coming through digital channels. That's both our own and agent channels and other initiatives we're having. And clearly, we put a lot of efforts to make sure that our digital experience is up to the mark and continues to grow going forward. And that also allows us to do more ancillaries. It was mentioned where I would say at the early stages of ancillaries, we needed to have the digital infrastructure in place first. Therefore, we have invested now in link up with hotels and other ancillaries, which we have introduced in that part. I think that covers a lot of the questions I can answer. I will ask Gaurav to go into the questions around the dividend, financing, fleet, and perhaps cost and hedging. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Related to the question, which was around capital allocation and investments, as well as dividend. Firstly, I would like to thank some of the shareholders who recognize that we've created one of the finest aviation fleet in India, an aviation company, and our aspiration is now to go global. In that context, we've got a huge opportunity, a market opportunity that rests ahead of us, which gives us an opportunity to grow at least double digits that we've been growing post-pandemic. To execute to that vision, we have the strategy that Peter laid out: reassure, develop, and create. Now, to enable that strategy to be executed, there has to be a certain discipline that we need to incorporate from a capital allocation standpoint. And in order to do that, we are making the right investments towards strengthening our operational capabilities, enhancing some of the customer experiences, and also creating substantial long-term value, which we've done over the last 3 years. The key aspects of these investments that was questioned are towards fleet expansion. We are increasing our fleet. We've got an order backlog of around 920. The question that was asked was, what will be the ownership by 2030? We estimate that around 30 to 40% of the fleet by 2030, which is 600, will be an owned fleet in terms of finance lease fleet that we'll have. We continue to make investments in our network expansion and are also building complementary businesses to create a business which is going to be sustainable and viable, both from a risk standpoint as well as cash generation standpoint. Some of the investments continue to be in the spaces of developing infrastructure, technology, as well as human capital. Another important dimension of capital allocation is going to be around our financial discipline. As we've already communicated, we are investment grade rated by Moody's, one of the international rating organizations, and we place a high importance on a robust liquidity management. This ensures us to have sufficient resources to meet our obligations and seize the growth opportunities, and also deals with any kind of uncertainty that may face, which are externally driven. When it comes to dividend, we've been a dividend-paying company pre-pandemic, so we were always paying dividend. As we got the first opportunity post-COVID, which was this year, we've recommended a dividend of 10 rupees per share. Again, there's a fine balance that we have to ensure between how much do we want to reinvest into this growth that we've talked about, which is going to be, again, creating value in the foreseeable future, versus distributing some of this capital. While we've taken note of many of the views that have been expressed by our fellow shareholders, we'll take those into account. But our strategy right now is to reinvest as much as we can into some of these initiatives that are going to sustain long-term value for all of us. Then there was a question related to the performance in FY25. Yeah, the revenues grew by 18%, but the profit came in that lower than what we had performed in 24. Large part was driven by the fact that there was a significant FX headwind, and we had to deal with an AOG situation, which is something that we had to monitor as well as manage, which impacted the profitability. Questions related to fuel hedging. While we do currency hedgings, we don't execute fuel hedging, largely because we have a philosophy that we need to kind of absorb the impact of fuel or pass it on, given the volatility that is involved with fuel hedging. Coming out of the COVID, the balance sheet was not as strong, and we did not want to expose ourselves to any form of hedging, which can have a significant exposure to the balance sheet. There was a question related to cost leadership also. While it was mentioned both by the chairman and Peter, safety is paramount. That's number one priority. But along with safety comes the fact that we focus on operational excellence and cost leadership. You'll be pleased to know that we are one of the few airlines which has the lowest cost structure in terms of CASK ex fuel ex forex. Cost leadership is something that we have focused on and will continue to focus on. And as a result of which, we are able to offset some of the inflationary pressures that we face on an annual basis. So continue focus on cost. The other question that was there was related to cybersecurity, but that's another area that we are very much focused on. Not only cybersecurity, but also data protection. We are complying with the regulations that are in place. We are trying to protect all our assets, reputation, and operations. But more importantly, we are also providing coverage in terms of making sure that there's no exposure to our customer as well as our stakeholders. We have taken measures to implement robust cybersecurity measures and are essential to safeguard and include investing in tools, infrastructure, and skilled manpower. We work with experts also, and we have a proper coverage from an insurance partner for any cyber-related threats that we may face. With that, I think we've covered. With that, I can pass it on to the chairman.
Thank you, Gaurav. I now request the company secretary to explain the procedure for e-voting at the AGM and the date of declaration of combined results of remote e-voting and e-voting at the AGM. The company secretary will declare the voting results within the prescribed timeline.
Thank you, Chairman. In compliance with the provisions of Companies Act 2013 and the SEBI listing obligations and disclosure requirements, Regulations 2015, the company had provided the facility to its members to exercise their right to vote on all the resolutions set forth in the notice by remote e-voting. The remote e-voting period commenced on Friday, August 15, 2025 at 900 hours and ended on Tuesday, August 19, 2025 at 1700 hours. The members who have not cast their votes electronically and who are participating in this AGM will have an opportunity to cast their votes now through the e-voting platform provided by NSDL. The members can cast their votes post logging in the meeting. The members who have cast their votes by remote e-voting shall not be entitled to cast their votes again. We have appointed Messrs. DPV and Associates LLP, practicing company secretaries, to act as a scrutinizer to supervise the e-voting process. The combined results of the remote e-voting and e-voting at the AGM will be announced within the prescribed timeline as per law from the conclusion of the AGM. Resolutions as set forth in the notice shall be deemed to be passed at the AGM only, subject to receipt of requisite number of votes in favor. The results of voting will be submitted to the stock exchanges and will also be uploaded on the website of the company and NSDL. Over to the chairman.
I hereby declare the meeting closed and request the members who are desirous of casting their votes to do so within the next 15 minutes. Thank you.
Dear members, as advised by the scrutinizer, the time for e-voting is over. Thank you all for participating in the AGM and e-voting.